Billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Before we start, man, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I truly do appreciate it. Everybody that's been tapping in with me. And also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy drop a dope video. So, I said I wasn't going to go live on the weekends. But some news came out that I missed, and it's coming out today. Y'all heard me? So, and I really wanted to go live too also because today I got a lot of comments on my last video. Truly do appreciate it. Whether you agree with me or not, that's beside the point. You know, the goal for me, at least, for this channel is to, number one, expose the truth, but also to have conversation and, you know, put it all out there. You know what I mean? And so today I want to play two videos specifically from the 8th, which was yesterday. And it's Chuch Schumer on the floor talking about, you know, passing these subsidies for Obamacare for another year. But the thing that we didn't see was Senator Bernie, what's his last name? I think it's Moreno and Bill Cassidy exposing Obamacare, bro. Now this video that I'm about to show is so perfect because number one, it just exposes the Democrats for who they truly are, right? But number two, he breaks down in details why Obamacare sucks, why it's not good for Americans. And I'm also going to show you a tweet that Donald Trump put out that as an American, I don't see how you don't understand. You know what I mean? And then we're going to end the show, we're going to end the show with my guy, RJ Talks, of course, talking about the J6 pipe bomber has been identified, and it's actually kind of shocking who it is. So we're going to get into that too. So let's talk about this video. And before we start, I want to say, right, you know, I don't claim to be a scholar on nothing that got to do with politics. I'm new to politics. I'm new to this old atmosphere. Anything that I speak on, though, I do research on. Just to let you know, I'm not just talking. I may not put it in the format that you might want to hear it in, or I might not be talking about it in the direction that you want to hear it in. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but I did support Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump. Why? Because of his policies. I'm not a slave to the parties. Everybody that was hopping in my comments, obviously you're a slave to the Democrat Party, and that's fine. Only thing I want you to do is just be honest, right? Just be honest. Look into the things I say, right? Because I comment back. You know what I mean? I don't got overwhelming comments right now, so I can comment back. We can go back and forth. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But be open-minded. Anything that somebody says to me and I don't know about it, I'm going to be honest and say I don't know about that, but I'm going to look into it. And I'm going to do that, truthfully. I'm here to learn also. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's get into this video, man. If this doesn't open your eyes to a lot more than just Obama's health care, I don't know what it does, bro. And I don't know what it's going to do for you to wake up and open your eyes, but yo, it's truly, truly, truly time for people to just stop being slaves, bro. That's why I always go back to it, because all of this goes back to projection, because the projection is real, and we're going to get into that. But let's get into this video. without further ado.
Madam President, the blast radius of the Republican shutdown grows even larger. This morning, tens of millions of Americans remain in limbo as this administration continues its crusade against SNAP. The Supreme Court has allowed the administration to withhold benefits as the case makes its way through the lower court.
And real quick, the one things I want to let you know, I'm not sitting there saying that people can't read from papers and read information, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? But look at the difference between when Chuch Schumer is reading these talking points, because that's all they are. They're just Democrat talking points. And then when I play on this one, Senator Bernie is going to respond to Chuch Schumer. And then the next video I'm going to show you is going to be Senator Bernie and Bill Cassidy speaking and breaking everything down. But I just want you to don't focus on your feelings. Focus on what's being said. Focus on what's being said. That's it. Use logic. That's it.
Courts. For this administration to go all the way to the Supreme Court just to get out of having to pay SNAP benefits for hungry kids is pathological levels of vindictiveness. This crisis is in the administration's hands. It's all them, not anyone else. The minute the administration wanted to, it could find a fix for SNAP and ensure that people don't go hungry. But they're not choosing to act in what is really a nasty act of hostage-taking against the most vulnerable people in our society. Let me read what the Rhode Island judge said earlier this week about this case. Quote, "People have gone without for too long. Not making payments to them for even another day is simply unacceptable." Now, the administration could have said, okay, we'll have to pay it, but that wasn't good enough for them. Of course not. This administration, again, is viciously cruel and will use anybody for a hostage. But the chaos doesn't end with SNAP benefits. 39 days into the crisis, the FAA has ordered a 10% cut of flights at America's busiest airports, and Secretary Duffy warned it could soon reach 20%. As of this morning, over 1,000 flights have been canceled. Travelers are standing in line for hours just to get through security. Parents traveling to see their kids have had their plans turned upside down. People traveling for funerals, family reunions, business trips have all too often been met with chaos. But what's happening at America's airports right now is not an accident, it's a stunt. Look at the way the order was designed. 4% of flights canceled yesterday at 40 major airports, with plans to ramp up day to day until it hits 10% and maybe 20%. How much more transparently political can you get? This isn't about safety. It's about politics masquerading as safety. When air traffic controllers are working without pay, when the system is strained to its limit, the solution isn't to cancel flights. It's to pay the worker and open up the government, which the administration could do right now. As I understand it, under previous shutdowns, airports were never shut down. But again, the level that this administration, the level that they will go to, putting the American people in discomfort and worse, is unprecedented. Instead of negotiating with Democrats to lower costs, Republicans would rather let air traffic controllers go unpaid. Instead of negotiating with Democrats to reopen the government, they'd rather ground flights. Instead of negotiating with Democrats to help families, they're punishing travelers. Instead of governing, Republicans are playing games with people's livelihoods. And they have the ability to pay the air traffic controllers like they sent money, just as Trump sent money to Argentina, $20 billion. If they wanted to find the money, they could. Absolutely. So why? Why have Republicans dragged this shutdown on for so long? Because they don't want to lower health care costs. Because they seem happy to let 24 million Americans see their premiums double on average. Yesterday, we offered Republicans a perfectly reasonable compromise to get out of this horrible shutdown. that they installed on the American people. We offered three things. We all vote to reopen the government. We all approve a one-time temporary extension of current ACA premium tax credits, and then after we reopen, we'll negotiate, as Republicans say they want, for longer-term fixes to ACA.
Will the senator yield for a question?
No, only after I finish.
Okay.
I know many Republicans stormed out the gate to dismiss this offer, but that's a terrible mistake. Our offer is not a new policy. This is not negotiating in a shutdown. It's simply agreeing to maintain current funding levels. A one-year extension is something many Republicans themselves have said they want. It's something a great many Americans support. 55% of Trump supporters support it, after all. So it's alarming that Republicans even refuse to acknowledge we have an immediate crisis right now that needs fixing. Listen to the arguments Republicans have been making on the floor. Just listen. Republicans are making it clear as day that they are happy to let premiums skyrocket. Behind me is the consequence. Look at this across America in states red and blue. The black areas are districts that would increase subsidies, that subsidy costs would increase that insurance payments for people would increase 300%. Dark blue 200 to 300, and the list goes on. Look how bad it is. Every single state's impacted, most of all Republican states. Look, if Republicans want to talk about long-term fixes to ACA affordability, Democrats are ready. We said so yesterday. But in the meantime, doing nothing is derelict because people will go bankrupt, people will lose insurance, people will get sicker. And that's what will happen if this Congress fails to act. Republicans must act. I yield to my colleague from Ohio.
Now look, right? That like all of that stuff, it sounded so good, right? And it touches so many Democrats where they're like, yo, I fucking hate Trump. Like, Trump is a piece of shit. Like, he does not care about Americans. He wants people to starve. Like, all of that stuff that he just did, mind you, it's all talking points. He had to read all of that. This ain't from the heart. Understand, bro, when you speak on something, it's from the heart. Like, if this, like, this is what they do. If this is all honesty, this would come from him. This is a talking point. He has nothing. Now, from the gate, his whole argument is weak because, listen, I don't even care about the blame thing. That's beside the point. We know the Democrats are the reason why the government is shut down. And the reason why we know that is because you need 60 votes, bro. You notice he didn't bring that up. He didn't bring that you need 60 votes. Why do you think Trump is trying to kill the filibuster? Because everything that Donald Trump wants to do, they come right along and try to block it and try to prolong it and take them through courts and do this and do that. And just, that's why Trump said, you know what, fuck all that. Republicans grow a spine, kill the filibuster so we can do what we want to do. And think about it. Americans overwhelmingly, every swing state, popular vote, House, Senate, voted for Donald Trump. So why wouldn't we want him to kill the filibuster and do what we voted for him to do? Now, mind you, back on this topic, you need 60 votes. The House and the Senate between Republicans only had 53 votes. They needed 8 Democrats to hop on board. Only 3, including John Fetterman, said yes to open the government up and sign the CR bill, the same CR bill with Joe Biden level spending, the same one they passed over and over and over again. So all of the stuff that he just said was a joke, and it just wasn't true. But that's not even, bro, that's not even the best part. Like, I didn't even say nothing. I let it play through because I want you to see how much of a piece of shit these people truly are, bro. They do not care about you, bro. Remember, I said over and over and over again, bro, projection is real. Audio is cutting up. Damn. It's still cutting up? But remember I said, bro, projection is real. This is all they do. And I say that to say this, right? He said all of that. That shit sounds cute for people who don't understand, the people that don't pay attention and don't actually go and do their own research on things. They're talking about Obamacare and these subsidies, and they want to pass them. Mind you, this is $26 billion, bro. And these senators are going to break everything down. But I'm going to let them speak on it.
Thank you to the Democrat leader for yielding to a question.
Make sure y'all like, share, and comment.
Have you put forward a proposal that we can read that you referenced in your speech where it says a clean continuing resolution with the extension of the ACA Biden COVID credits?
Yes, as we spoke yesterday.
So there is
I will not be interrupted.
No. Also, I want you to notice, bro. Like, I don't know if you notice how angry Democrats are. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying when you see these street interviews, they're like, if you wear a Trump shirt, they ready to like damn near do something to you. If you wasn't in public, they probably shoot you in the face. You know what I mean? If a Democrat went over with Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, whatever they want, over to Republicans, when they were having their campaigns and stuff, they've done these experiments. Like literally, people laugh, they joke, they hee ha ha with people that it supports Democrats. They don't care. They're like, bro, it's just all right. You a Democrat? That's what's up. Cool. Like, come chill. These people are very angry. Like, bro, just look at I'm telling you, pay attention to what they say and how they act, bro. It's important.
My question is there a proposal in writing that we can read?
There is a proposal that is very simple. First, you haven't put your proposed fix to the ACA, the new one, which Leader Thune has spoken about on the floor, so we can't give you a counter in writing. But it's very simple, because we have two sentences we would add to any proposal, which would extend the ACA benefits for
let me know if the audio good.
1 year. That's all. Plain and simple. And the leader can put that in his proposal on opening up the government. So it doesn't need a vote. It can't be blocked by anybody. It's the right thing to do.
Would it still have no income caps? So people who make $1 million, $2, $3 million a year?
As we said, if he would have listened to my speech yesterday, once we pass the 1 year fix, so people right now aren't in difficulty, we would sit and negotiate that. The leader has said he won't negotiate before. We're willing to negotiate.
So look, like, I'm sorry to cut it off, but the reason why I am is because he's asking them important questions that you need to focus on. And the reasons why is because it all comes down to money and where this money is going and who truly benefits from this money. Because they want to keep using you as the crutch. You know what I mean? They want to keep saying, oh, you're not giving Americans health care. You're starving children. Children are going to die. Like, they just play on your heartstrings. They don't care about you, bro. Understand this. He's asking simple, crucial, accurate questions to this ACA.
Once the credits are extended, plain and simple. And we made that in our proposal yesterday.
So for 1 year, people making millions of dollars would still receive these COVID-era subsidies? The
bottom line is the senator from Ohio ignores that 99% of people, you want to hurt people making $10,000, $50,000, $90,000 and hold this up? We can fix what the gentleman said in a negotiation, but don't have people who are every day being hurt.
Remember, their argument is Trump only cares about millionaire and his billionaire friends, right? He's asking him, do people that make $1 million or more benefit from these subsidies?
By paying thousands of dollars more that they can't afford. I know that the senator from Ohio cares about the billionaires. We care about average working people. I yield the floor.
So just to be clear, Ms. President.
Was recognized.
So just to be clear, what you heard from the minority leader was the following. I just want to recap it for those of whom might missed. Number one, he acknowledged that the Democrats have actually not put forward a written proposal that people could look at. Number two, he acknowledged that his plan would be to allow millionaires, let me just say that clearly, people making millions of dollars would receive Biden-era COVID Obamacare subsidies. You heard that right. No income cap. I was going to ask him before he stormed out of the room, because evidently he doesn't want.
So look, so they sat here, right, through his whole speech, respectfully listened to him, his whole political talking points. They already know what he's going to say. They already know it's the same play, right? So all he did was just follow up with important questions that Americans, you and me, should know about, that Democrats don't want you to know about. And notice, soon as he started hitting the tough questions, what did Chuch Schumer do? He ran. He ran. And he's going to get on the news and say, oh, Trump just wants to look out for his millionaire and billionaire friends. And, oh, same talking points. It's trash. And I'm going to show you why, bro. Yo, this right here, bro, if this doesn't open your eyes, right? Because this is what they do on everything. This is the same playbook. This dude single-handedly, not single-handedly, but him and the other senator crush the Democratic Party with Obamacare, because they want to make you believe that they're trying to take your health care and they don't want you to be able to get health care, and they're going to double and triple your premiums. But what they don't tell you is Obamacare already did that. Obamacare hurt health care. Like a lot. But no, bro, it gets better, bro. Let me see. All right.
To hear any opposing views or actually engage in meaningful negotiation.
All right, so look, let's do this real quick. So let's do this, right? Because he basically saying this is gonna get into the longer version of this conversation. He's gonna break everything down. Let me switch it over here.
Will the senator from Louisiana yield to some very quick questions? Yes, sir. First question I have for you, senators. How many Democrat colleagues are in the chamber today, right now?
Unfortunately, none.
So zero, not one single Democrat is in the chamber listening, debating, having a dialogue with you. Question number two, if you're a union worker in my state, Ohio, do these Biden, Obamacare, COVID-era subsidies lower their health costs?
Absolutely not.
If you're somebody on Medicare, no matter where you are in America, do these COVID-era Biden, Obamacare subsidies lower your deductibles?
Absolutely not.
If you get private insurance through a small business like the one I used to own, do these Biden-era COVID subsidies lower your health care costs?
Does nothing to benefit those people you're describing.
If you're unfortunately somebody who is having a tough time and you're on Medicaid, you're disabled.
Damn, man. Yo, why is this joint going in and out, bro? The fuck? This shit is killing me. All right, hold on real quick. My bad, people. My bad. God damn. This is a good one, too. Let me try. Shit. Try this last thing. It's a good one, though. So he's breaking down, like, because people pretty much be talking about these things, but don't really know, including me. I didn't even know all of these things, like about Obamacare. You know what I mean? And that's why it's important for us to learn these things. But he's breaking down these things. They actually know what Obamacare does and who it helps and all of that stuff. So let me bro, this joint is killing me. I don't understand why it's cutting like this. Is it going in and out like that? God damn, man. Soon as shit start getting good, that shit killing me, man. I'm about to just rock out because it's looking like this is going to be a problem, to be honest. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that though, to be honest. I don't know why it's keep going in and out. But hey, man, it's killing me. It's doing is killing me. Wife saying everything is good on her end. I don't know. Let's just rock it out, man. So the audio sound good on the video too. It's not going in and out. Anyway, so basically he's breaking down details on who benefits from Obamacare, and he's breaking everything down like to the lowest denominator. So this is important. So let's finish it up.
Children.
Just gonna rock out.
Do these Biden-era COVID subsidies lower your deductibles or your out-of-pocket costs?
No.
So none of the people I just mentioned. Not union workers, not people on Medicare, not people on Medicaid, not people on private insurance, not unions that negotiated incredible rates. None of them will see lower health care costs. Am I accurate in that?
You're absolutely accurate.
Who stands to gain by the federal government writing a check for $26 billion to do what the Democrats want in order to open the people's government?
Well, insurance companies most directly, and there will be lower premiums.
But just to be clear, the money goes directly to the insurance company, correct?
Direct.
It doesn't go through the pocket of the consumer. So if for example, I want to go find a doctor that's going to offer treatment for less money because my deductible's too high, this doesn't help me because I'm not getting the money. It's going to go to the insurance company, correct?
Correct.
And Senator, you're so smart on this topic, and you're the chairman of the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. Is that true?
Correct.
Who was the previous chairman?
Bernie Sanders.
Okay, so this is important. Listen, he's breaking this shit down. He's letting you know that he already know the question. He obviously already knows the answer to these questions, right? He's bringing Bill Cassidy in because he is actually on, this committee or whatever the case may be, who actually knows what what Obamacare does and what it offers. So key points he said is $26 billion, right? That's the cost of what they want to pass. It's going to cost $26 billion. Who pays for that? You and me, taxpayers, people that work, middle class. We pay for that. So it's not free, right? So everybody out there talking about healthcare and it's free healthcare and all this. It's not free. You got to pay for it. I got to pay for it, right? So it's $26 billion. Then he's letting you know it's not going to you. It's going directly to the big insurance companies. These millionaire and billionaire companies, right? So they this is what I'm saying. They talk this projection. Oh, Trump wants to look out for his rich buddies. It gets better, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. But this cracks their whole shit. It cracks everything. Because they're explaining to you that this is shitty. You're not even benefiting from it. These big insurance companies are, and it's hurting you and me because we got to pay for it. And they talk about bringing solutions to the table, but they're not trying to bring those solutions to the table. But Trump got a solution. And I want to know if you like it, though.
Bernie Sanders. Okay. Bernie Sanders was chairman when, again, just to be clear for...
Last Congress.
Which would have been through 2024?
Yeah, he's for 2 years.
And the era Obamacare subsidies were extended in 22, is that correct?
Correct, I think that's right.
To expire in 25.
To expire in 25.
So who voted for the expiration date of 2025?
Not Republicans, rather Democrats.
So just to be clear, the Democrats voted to have these subsidies expire this year, correct?
Correct.
To your knowledge, was there a hearing last year in 2024 in which the Democrats got together and say, whoa, these Biden-era COVID Obamacare subsidies, we set them to expire in 25, we should really make them permanent or extend them. Was there a single hearing in your committee about that topic?
There was not.
So, wait, I'm confused. They set the expiration date at 25, and then they didn't have one hearing to say, my God, now how about in December of 24? They knew they lost the election. Did they have an emergency meeting in December of 2024 and said these Biden-era COVID Obamacare subsidies are going to expire? We don't know the Republicans are going to extend them. We need to do that. Did they add it to the continuing resolution that funded the government in December then, when they had total control of this chamber? Did they do it then?
They did not.
Bro, is it not making sense to you? So what does this prove, right? This proves that they're playing politics. They use this as leverage. That's what they said. You know, I'm just saying what they said, right? As leverage. It was the only leverage they had to fight Trump, right? But what he is explaining is, if this was so important, right? If people having this healthcare was so important, they could have did it in December when Joe Biden was still in office. They knew it was going to expire in this year. So he's letting you know that it's a game. They're playing this game. Bro, I'm just saying.
So this is a political stunt, and the American people need to see it for what it is.
Yeah.
My career, I negotiated my whole life. Negotiations about leverage. Would you agree?
Yep.
What leverage are the Democrats using in this negotiation?
Unfortunately, shutting down the government.
What does that mean, shutting down the government? Who's the leverage? Is it air traffic controllers that aren't getting paid? The Capitol Police that aren't getting paid? Yesterday, we tried to fund federal workers who are forced to work. Is that true?
Correct.
Democrats voted that down. Is that correct?
Correct.
Would you have a hard time walking into this building, Senator, and seeing those Capitol Police officers out there and your staff and knowing that you voted not to pay them?
I cannot imagine feeling good about that.
Knowing that you walked by TSA to go to your lobbyist retreat at Napa Valley?
So, bro, real quick, do you like he's letting you know. Now, as a Democrat, you could say, oh, but he's a Republican. We don't believe what he's saying. Bro, you can Google it. Google it. Look it up. Look at when they voted multiple times. They even, listen, forget the CR bill, which we know they didn't vote on, right? They voted separately, right? He just told you to pay people who were forced to work, like the Capitol Police, who were forced to work no matter what, they got to work. Let's pay them. The Democrats said no. Even with SNAP, they voted on that separately, to pay SNAP benefits, to pay essential employees, to pay the military. They said no. They said no, bro. Look it up, bro. This is why when people hop in my comments, right, and they're so emotional and they're in their feelings, it's weird to me. And then have the nerve to tell me I don't do my research. You know, people just be talking. Boy, bye. Like what? Like, what are we talking about? If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. I'm not saying that I'm the most enlightened guy on the planet, but I know what 1 + 1 equals. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can see I got good vision, I got good ears, and I know how to listen. I may talk too much sometimes, but I also know how to listen. And I know what I'm hearing, I know what I'm seeing. I saw them literally vote all the way down the board. No. I think it was, 14 times since September 19th. Get up. That's why for me, it makes me sick. And then when people want to hop in my comments, I'm like, yo, what? What are you talking about? These people literally voted for you and used you as leverage, and you still glazing these people. And then you hate Trump. when Trump is trying to feed you, Trump trying to give you your SNAP benefits. And the Republicans, and mind you, Trump don't really have nothing to do with that because them bills get voted on the floor. So Trump don't have nothing to do with it. It has to get passed on the floor first, and then it goes to Trump to get signed. So Trump, everybody, oh, Trump, he wanted to shut down. Listen, Trump ain't had nothing to do with it, but Republicans voted, every single one of them, all 53, voted yes for you to get your SNAP benefits, for essential workers to get paid, for federal workers to get paid, for the military to get paid. And Democrats used you as leverage. They said they used you as leverage to get what they want. And guess what? They still didn't get what they want. And they want to walk around and parade, oh, we won Democrat elections. Nobody cares. You won New Jersey, Virginia, New York City. Nobody cares. They're Democratic states, bro. It's not like you won in Florida. Like, bro, but it's all a game. That's my whole thing. You letting these people play in your face, lie to you on a regular, bro. I never seen a group of people. Now, mind you, understand this too. Matter of fact, let's keep going. We're going to get to that.
And you know that you are responsible for them not getting paid, that they're your leverage? SNAP recipients, Head Start recipients? They're using the American people's suffering as political leverage. That's how far gone the Democrat Party is. What you're offering would hurt insurance companies' pocketbooks, would it not?
Insurance companies will do pretty well no matter what.
But this would hurt their pocket.
But it would take $26 billion that would instead go to an insurance company, and instead it gives it to a family for the. I always use the feminine. Women make all the decisions in healthcare. It would give her the ability to make a best decision for real care for her family, finding the best value for her dollar. 100% of it would go to her, to all of those, and they would make a better decision.
Two final questions, and I will yield the floor. Our great senator from West Virginia needs to speak. $26 billion. $26 billion. A number that most Americans can't even conceive.
Facts.
The government is staying closed because Democrats want to give $26 billion more to insurance companies, and you're proposing to give that to the American people instead. Is that accurate?
Absolutely.
Last question. The COVID Biden-era subsidies were set to expire in 2025 by Democrats. Did you know that when they had power, they set the EV, electric vehicle subsidies, to expire in 2032?
Wait. So just to understand, the EV subsidies did not expire until 2032, but this subsidy for people's health insurance expired this year.
Correct, and they were $7,500. You could lease a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes, a Lamborghini, and if you did that, the government would give you $7,500, Madam President. I want the American people to think about that when they understand how far gone the Democrat Party has gone. Thank you for your presentation.
Yo, shout out to them for exposing these Democrats, these demons. Listen, bro. Now, I want to get into this joint right here because when I tell you all they do is lie, bro. Now, this is the thing. People say, oh, Trump doesn't care. Trump wants to starve you. Trump don't care about Americans. He cares about his billionaire friends. Okay. Now, mind you, you heard him say to Chuch Schumer about will these benefits will it benefit millionaires, basically is what he said. And Chuch Schumer tried to ease over the run. Oh, you're talking about 1%. 99% of people who need it, you're trying to make sure they don't get health care. Okay. So anyway, your president, the one most of America, logic people, who they voted for, this is what he tweeted out. He said, I am recommending to Senate Republicans that the hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to money-sucking insurance companies in order to save the bad health care provided by Obamacare be sent direct. Notice that he put it in all caps. Be sent directly to the people to the people. Who's the people? You and me. To the people, so that they can purchase their own much better health care and have the money left over. In other words, take from the big bad insurance companies, give it to the people, and terminate per dollar spent the worst healthcare anywhere in the world, Obamacare. Unrelated, we must still terminate the filibuster. And I agree. And I agree. So does that sound like a president who wants to see you starve, who doesn't want to see you with good health care, and he wants your premiums to rise and all of that, and he cares about the billionaires? He just called these billionaire big insurance company money sucking insurance. Like, bro, like, come on, what are we talking about? He said he wants to give them. He said instead of giving it to the insurance. Now, mind you, that's what Bill Cassidy just said on the floor. That was the bill that they were proposing, which I'm pretty sure came directly from Trump or, his team, or them together. And he said, how about we just take the money and instead of giving it to these insurance companies who are coming up off of you, let's give it directly to the people. I'm cool with that. So when people be like, well, he been talking about fixing the health care for 10 years and he's saying, I'm gonna give the money to you and you choose your own health care. I wonder if Democrats will vote on that. You think they're gonna vote for that? Who does it sound like really cares about their billionaire friends? Because that argument is so trash. It's so trash. It's easy to debunk because Democrats and Republicans have billionaire friends. So it's a weak-ass argument, right? Now, mind you, another thing is this, right? So peep the scheme. $26 billion goes when they vote on this $26 billion doesn't go to you. It goes directly to insurance companies who already put the play in. They got doctors, the hospitals, everybody on the payroll already. And they're getting this money, right? Meanwhile, their stocks go up. So when their stocks go up, people like who? People like Nancy Pelosi, people like probably Chuch Schumer, Adam Schiff, all of them, who made millions of dollars. Chuch Schumer, and even he said that in there somewhere. I might have actually because I went to the second video, but he had said it that he was a small business owner. He actually made money outside of being a politician like Trump, right? So he's saying that, how does this dude make more money than me? And he has never owned nothing. He has been a politician all his life. Like Nancy, like Joe Biden, like all of these blood-sucking fucking Democrats and Republicans too. And that's another thing, bro. Republicans too. They ain't off the hook. Understand something. Trump's administration has nothing to do with senators and things like that. He can lobby them, say, oh, I want this person or this person. Doesn't mean they're going to get elected. He can back them for sure, right? But that's a whole separate thing from his administration. So don't get it fucked up and think it's just Democrats. No, it's Republicans too, who are taking advantage of, the $26 billion that's going to these insurance companies. Now, mind you, this is just one play. This is just one $26 billion play. So think about all the shit with USAID. All the money going to the Board of Education. People getting paid $500,000 a year to do shit. Schools still suck. People ain't getting no education, no nothing. And then when Trump comes in and say we cleaning up the fraud, waste, and abuse that these fucking money sucking motherfucking politicians is doing, Everybody want to be up in arms. Oh, he's trying to get rid of the Board of Education. He doesn't want your kid to have education. He's trying to get rid of Obamacare. He doesn't want your kid to have health care. No, he is saying that all of this shit is a bust. It's a waste of money, and we're wasting money. 26 billion wasted. All the money with the Board of Education, USAID, all of that foreign aid that's going to LGBTQ rights and fucking East Bubble fucking and fucking lab rat projects and all of this stuff that they spending money on. Understand, bro? Their whole goal is to rob you and me. And then claim that it's going to all of these grand projects and healthcare and all of these social welfare programs. That's what they telling you. That's what they telling you. And they in bed with all of these, big corporations and shit like that, bro. That's why I said, bro, people need to wake up, bro. Fuck government. Government is needed to a degree, bro. But the way that they taking advantage of it and the way that how it's so big, bro, it's like 400 and something departments in the government. For what? It's bloated. Now Trump trying to shrink the government. He's trying to save us money so we can bring down them $37 trillion. So we could take away the IRS and income tax and things like that. And y'all's trying to stop him. Y'all stupid, goofy motherfuckers, bro. I ain't never gonna sit in here and be like, oh, Trump is perfect. He's a perfect man. Like, no, you're bugging. But all I see is a person that's trying to do things that's benefiting us. Get illegal immigrants out of here. 20 million of them in here, approximately. Soaking up all resources, whether it's housing, food, everything, healthcare. And they can sit there and say all they want. That's another thing that they do. Oh, it's illegal for illegal immigrants to get this and to get that and to get... Okay. I already showed you the chart. And that was from 2023 when Joe Biden was in office. So that's a cap, bro. What you think these people are just 20 million people just here and they just sleeping under subways? No. Fuck, we already know, bro. This has all been documented. They've been put up in the best hotels, food, fucking $5,000 in cash, 14. It might have been accumulated over a couple months, but one person had hella money on their EBT card. But anyway, man, all I'm saying is, bro, these people are fake. And it's not just Democrats too, it's Republicans too. These politicians are snakes. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. Understand that. Understand that, bro. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. They want to tax you until you fucking... That tax is like a lash. They just want to keep lashing you, and you just like taking it. It's crazy. Anyway, man, let's get on to this last story with my guy, RJ Talks TV. If you're not tapped in, tap in with him. Also, man, hit that like button. I see a few of y'all in here tapping in with me, man. Hit that like button for your boy, you heard? Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Let's get
explosive news breaking this morning. The January 6th pipe bomber has been identified. The person who allegedly planted these bombs is an ex-Capitol police officer turned CIA agent. Yes, the report is explosive, and we're going to be hearing a lot more about this in the coming days. We have the photos of the alleged suspect.
Hey, yo, I just peeped your comment, too. He said looking for his moment.
The latest on where this all stands, what's about to happen, and more. Also, President Trump announcing a brand new health care policy idea, scrapping Obamacare subsidies completely, sending the money directly to you instead, the hundreds of billions of dollars. He says send it to the people in the form of checks and let you decide what kind of insurance you want to buy, and more stories as well from around the country. In an explosive new report from The Blaze, a new forensic analysis into the J6 pipe bomber case concluding that they believe they know who planted the pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC one day before J6. The analysis...
Dyke. Yo, they out of control, bro.
Says measuring the gait of this person with a definitive 94 to
Damn.
98% match, almost definitive, basically a definitive match, saying the unique stride of the J6 pipe bomb suspect was an almost definitive match to former U.S. Capitol Police Officer Shawnee Ray Kirchhoff, saying it is a high probability match to the unidentified pipe bomb suspect seen on surveillance video on J 5th, 2021. Shawnee Ray Kirchhoff, former...
Hold on. Did he just say she got caught by her stride? Like the way she walked? What? Yo, if that's the case, that's wild, bro.
Capitol Police officer currently working for the CIA's Campus Security Division, saying software used in the analysis placed the match at 94%. However, the forensic analyst who conducted the review estimated the similarity closer to 96 to 98%. Several Intel officials who reviewed the findings concurred, according to this report. According to reports, folks, Shawnee Ray Kirchhoff's home in Alexandria, Virginia, now being monitored by law enforcement. This was confirmed by the Blaze News editor-in-chief, Chris Bedford, who said he went over there to observe the home of this lady, and police pulled him over, brought him into the station, later released him. And where this gets even crazier and worse, much worse, is that it appears the FBI knows this, that they've known this for years, the entire time, likely. Former FBI Special Agent Kyle Seraphin telling the Blaze that in the days immediately after J6, him and his unit were tasked to conduct surveillance one door away from Kirchhoff's residence. Kirchhoff is the lady, the CIA lady, the alleged pipe bomber, and says his team was pulled off the assignment without explanation. Seraphin goes on to explain how when his team at the FBI was reviewing footage of the pipe bomber, different footage, mind you, than the public has access to, much clearer and thorough footage that actually tracks the pipe bomber all the way to a metro stop in Northern Virginia, where surveillance footage shows the pipe bomber entering a car. Now, both the car and the fare car that they used for the metro were in the name of the same person, a retired Air Force Chief Master Sergeant who works as a contractor with a security clearance. And guess where this Air Force Chief Master Sergeant lives? Right next door to Kirchhoff. So why did the alleged pipe bomber, how did this lady obtain the car and the metro card of her neighbor to plant the bombs? Did she steal them? Did she ask to borrow them? I don't know. And former FBI agent Kyle Seraphin, he doesn't know either. When his team requested permission to interview this guy, his whole unit was told to stand down and was reassigned back to headquarters to pour over these low...
Bro, these people are snakes, bro. They just snakes, bro. You know, and this is another thing. This is another situation that they use so much against Trump. You know, January 6th, it was an insurrection. When, bro, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. Like, bro, if you see the footage, they got footage of this, right? Like, you've seen literally police, possibly Capitol Police, not 100% sure, but I know you've seen uniforms, literally telling people, like, ushering them in. There were literally people there that weren't doing anything, that were like dressed in like army fatigues and all of that stuff. Like not like military, but like SWAT or something like that. Like, bro, it's all games, bro. This is what these people do. Everybody knows the information is out there. That's why when people use these talking points to me, like in my comments and stuff like that, it's hilarious to me. Because it's like, come on, are you serious? Like, you're trying to argue this, bro. Like, come on, stop, man. Like, we know that Donald Trump literally called them and said, yo, we going to need, the National Guard. And Nancy Pelosi herself literally turned it down. Or the security that was, close to her or something. All I know is they turned it down because it went up to her. She turned it down. We don't need it, whatever the case may be. Donald Trump knew that it was going to be a little bit of chaos or whatever the case may be, but they wanted it to be. And allegedly, there were, and I believe that this came out, if I'm not mistaken, that there were some upwards of like 200 unidentified agents in the crowd, acting as like the crowd, probably antagonizing and stuff like that. It was a whole lot of stuff with that made me, as a logical human being, be like, I don't know, this sounds more like a setup, like they wanted to happen. You definitely probably had people in there who wasn't in on it, who was going with the flow of shit and things like that. A woman actually died, the chick, I think her name Ashley Babbitt or something like that. So like this was a real thing that people were involved with, but at the same time, it wasn't what it wasn't what the news was reporting. Like, oh, Trump started this. He told people to come to the Capitol and cause an insurrection and all of this stuff. It wasn't that, bro. Literally, Trump told them to go there, protest peacefully, and he called them, said, "Yo, bring the National Guard just in case," type of thing. They turned it down because they wanted the chaos to happen. It's within, you notice, like anywhere, like with this snap, they could have easily passed the CR bill like they did 14 times. People would have got their SNAP benefits. People would have still been getting their paychecks. Everything would have been cool, right? But they didn't. And what did that do in return? Had people looting, stealing from Walmarts, all types of stuff. Chaos is associated with the Democratic Party, bro. Just be
priority leads about minor J6 participants, he said. So what happens now? Well, the Blaze is reporting that this lady's home is under surveillance. Is that surveillance to protect her, or is she being investigated? I don't know. What I'm positive about, though, is that this story's about to explode. It's going to blow up. Expect to hear a lot more about this in the coming days. Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie, very ticked off about this, posting on X today, "America's waking up today to learn that Capitol Police turned CIA orchestrated the pipe bombs on J6, and the FBI's covered it up for over 4 years. I questioned FBI Director Wray, ATF Director Dettelbach, and the FBI Assistant Director for DC, D'Antuono, under oath. All of them played dumb." Steve Baker, investigative reporter for The Blaze, writing, "This might just be the biggest scandal and conspiracy in American history. Many heroes were involved in bringing this to light, some we can name in the coming days, some who want no recognition at all, and there's much more to this yet to be told." So what in the world does this mean then? Why would our own